So now we will talk about this concept of impotence. And we say concept because it appears to be, for many people, some sort of illness, ailment, some issue, some problem with the person and their ability to have relations with another human being. And we use this word relations. We do not say sex, sexual intercourse, making love, any of this. We actually are meaning relations. And by relations, we mean intimate relations. And again, intimate does not mean necessarily physical. Intimate can be of the soul, of the mind, of the heart, the emotions, not just the physical. And that is what we want to talk about with regards to impotence, because we believe that impotence is a concept, not a physical ailment or an issue. We believe that it is definitely an issue or a reality when it comes to intimate relations. But the idea of concept is what we want to first talk about. Everything that a human experiences or sees or hears or feels is generally given a name and often a category and often a place for it to be. If something cannot be named, if it cannot fall into a group or a category, then this causes concern. And this causes a certain kind of dissonance between not just the individual and the situation, but all of society. So when you talk about somebody who cannot be intimate with another person, and again, remember, we are not talking about just physical intimacy, which unfortunately is what impotence is often aligned to. But when you are talking about somebody who cannot be intimate with another, have intimate relations, then this word impotency is placed upon it. And as we said, impotency is placed upon generally the physical inability to have some sort of physical relations with another human being. And this is where we come in with this idea of concept. Because when you give a physical condition a name like impotency, you take it away from possibility, you take it away from concept, and you make it something that is. And when you make it something that is, it is within a paradigm, it falls within a paradigm and certain parameters. But what we want to bring to you is that the idea of impotency is a concept, not necessarily a reality. The reason we call it a concept is because it falls into many areas. Somebody can have relations, physical relations, sexual relations with another human being, but is absolutely unable to be intimate with them on any other level. This is also impotency, the concept of impotency. And when you say concept, it is something that is all-encompassing. It is like you hold the word concept in your hand like a sphere. So we have the concept of something. In this case, we have the concept of impotency. When you attribute this word impotency to one part of the concept, and in this part we will say physical, then it is no longer a concept, no longer something that is malleable, something that is movable, something that has possibility, something that can grow, something that can shrink, which is what a concept is. It is now something that is set. It is something that absolutely is. And that is something, when that happens, is actually something quite detrimental to the human being in all of the other areas, by the spirit, the soul, the mental, the emotional, as well as the physical. When it is a concept and it encompasses all of these areas, because that's what a concept does. When it is a concept, then you have areas of movement, you have areas of possibility, you have malleability. And also, you have hope. And that is the most important thing in this situation that we are talking about, impotency, is hope. When you, as we say, take it out of the concept and attribute one aspect, the physical, to this word impotency and all of everything that goes with it. And interestingly enough, everything that goes with it is the rest of the concept, the rest of the areas of the concept, the mental, the emotional, the spirit, etc. But it is blinded, they are hidden, if you like, by the physical attribution of impotency. So when you have that is what is so detrimental to the human, because it takes it away from the sharing of everything else and placing it on this one, the physical plane, which is there for everybody to see. It is absolutely open. So when you have impotency in this way, when you are diagnosed with impotency in this way, it is as if everybody can see it. It is such a physical thing, everybody will know, everybody will be aware. And this is part of the detrimental aspect, that once something is made physical, it is then made absolute. It is given, as we say, parameters. It falls within a certain paradigm. When it remains in concept, then, as we say, there is no limits. There is nowhere that it cannot go. There is no way that it cannot be expressed. And this may sound actually worse than having just the one limit of the physical impotency. But what it means is that it can move around between all of these other aspects of the human, the spirit, soul, mental, emotional, and the physical. So it means that there is movement. When there is movement in something, what does that mean? It means it can move on. It can stay in the same place, but still moving. When you attribute it to the physical and you have made it a reality, you have actually stopped. You have said, stop, this is where it ends. This is it, this is what you are, this is how it is. But when it is in concept, there's this constant space for it to move around. It is constantly with energy. And this means that there is the possibility of not being impotent. Because it is no longer just a physical reality, something that actually is, but it is there in the world of concept. It is there in the world of possibilities. And that is how we like to see impotence, that it is there in the world of possibilities. It is as a concept, and it is shared, not just sitting there alone with the physical, but it is shared amongst all of the other aspects of the human being. And again, you may see this as being worse, but again, we come back to the point that this gives possibilities. This gives avenues of healing that were not there before when it was just in the physical realm, because then you only have the physical realm to heal. But now you have all of these avenues of healing, all of these possibilities. When you denote it to the physical realm, then you are saying that is it. It is physical. Yes, they may say, oh, but psychologically it is this and emotionally it is that, but they are anchoring it in the physical. By holding it as a concept, there is no anchor. You are not saying it is physical. You're not saying it is emotional. You're not saying it is this or that. You are just saying it is there, and now it is there. It is in constant movement. It is in the concept. And by saying that, by giving that feeling that it is in the concept and it is constantly moving, of course, as we said, gives hope. You're not anchoring it in any one thing. You're just saying, here it is. It is there. So what this does, it frees up the possibility of discovering where this impotence comes from and trying to heal that space. And then that space may lead you to another and another and another. But the point is, by not anchoring it in one area or another, by just saying it is there in the ether, it is a concept, then you have the possibility of limitlessness, which means, and again you might say, well, I do not want to be forever impotent, but the limitlessness is in the healing.